Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses as we continue with Lesson 5, the Judgment, the Golden Rule of International Esoteric and Illuminated Bible Lessons by R. Swinburne Clymer. International New Church Lessons prepared for the Sunday Schools of the Church of Divine Illumination. The Judgment, the Golden Rule. Golden Text: all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. The prophets and all the ancient wise men taught this law. As ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For it will be done to you again whatsoever you do, for you shall reap whatever you sow. We all desire good things. We must, therefore, sow good things. No man would sow wheat and expect to have a crop of oats or barley. Therefore, the thoughts we sow grow into the grain, and we are bound to reap from every thought we think, every word we speak, and every action we commit. The man who, in a business transaction, cheats another so that the other's family will suffer, must expect that in a month or a year something will turn up. Someone else will cheat him, or that his family will be taken. That is the law. Judge not that ye be not judged. Did you ever judge anyone hastily and then regret your act? You certainly have. When you feel called upon to pass judgment upon another, analyze your own mind and thoughts towards that person. Ask yourself if you are really and truly just. Judge no man unless you know. Do you know, or do you guess, summarize, or suspect? Have you ever given anyone the least chance to suspect you? The pure-minded, pure-souled person always thinks pure thoughts of all persons. He does not judge openly, and the first without sin must be the first to cast the stone. Therefore, read self first, and find out if every thought is true, if there is no weakness within yourself that might cause you to stumble. All flesh is weak. Look within your own eye, within self, and cast out the beam within thine own eye, and then thou shalt see clearly to cast the mote out of thy brother's eye. When we suspect or think wrong of another, we should stop and consider where the suspicion comes from. Does it not arise in our own mind? The mind, our own individual mind, is the creator of every thought we think. Remember this when you judge your neighbor, friend, or your enemy. They may be judging you. Give the best you have to give. God gave every man equal rights. What right have we to limit one and give much to another? Every man gives to himself anyway. We are not the giver to others. We are not the creator of other souls. Every man must create for himself, and when he trespasses on another's rights, we have broken the law. We have not done to him as we would like to be done by. This is the strait gate. Enter ye in at the strait gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be that go in thereat. There are many illusions and snares to bind us. This broad gate that leads to destruction is the self. It is broad and wide because it demands much and absorbs much. It is the enemy that sets itself up as goodness and truth and binds us so that our soul is hidden. The soul is real. It is the living part of us. It is the heaven or the hell for us, for it accumulates and absorbs every created image of mind. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are raging wolves. How can we know them? How can we tell them? By their fruits ye shall know them. Every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. By their works you shall know them. A good, pure mind brings forth good, pure, unselfish deeds. The good man will not condemn a liar and then lie. A true prophet does not teach, thou shalt not hate, and then hate. He does not do the things he condemns in others. Sometimes we have to associate with a person a long while before we know him. Even then, we have no right to judge. We must investigate our own vineyard first and see if our own fruit is in good condition and fit to give to others, or for others to inspect. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Every thought of mind is cast into the soul. It destroys the soul or saves it. For the soul is the receiver or retainer, the dwelling place of our real self. It is the home of gods or of devils. If we are good and think good, the soul is good. If we are bad and think bad, the soul is bad. The mind is the leader, the builder, and the maker. Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven. We may not think the things we say, no matter what we say, if we do not obey the laws of the prophets and do unto others as we would be done by. If we do not do the will of God, which is righteousness, we cannot attain the Christ, the kingdom of heaven. We may be able to do wonderful acts, may call ourselves leaders and prophets, but we must do the will of God within. We must examine ourselves closely and find our reflection, whether it is self or selfless, whether it is for worldly gain or immortality. We must build on the rock of truth. For whosoever heareth these things of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rains descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. The house is the soul. You are the builder, the rock is the Christ. Be not like the foolish man which built upon the sands, and, when the floods came and the winds blew and beat upon that house, it fell, and great was the fall thereof. The sand is the flesh, the illusions and desires of the flesh and of evil and materiality. And rain and the winds and the floods are the evil temptations, and the snares and the pitfalls and illusions of the world and of evil. When we have built the soul full of these thoughts, it is sure to fall, and we have not built wisely, for wisdom desires life. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.